watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome, high school baseball fans, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida high school baseball. We have a good one for you today between the visiting team, the Killian Cougars, that are led by their head coach, Chris Leon. The Cougars are 5-5 on the season, and they'll be taking on the home team, the Mater Academy Lions, that are led by their head coach, Humberto Bencomo. The Lions are 5-6 on the season, and we should have a great game for you tonight. We have two really good starting pitchers. For the Cougars, it's the big right-hander, Zach Fernandez. And for the home team, the Lions, it's Gerald Barcelo. Today, throwing out the ceremonial first pitch, it's none other than me, Uncle Muggs. And we'll be right back with the starting lineups and the defense right after this.
Throwing out the ceremonial first pitch in tonight's game is none other than famed FSPN broadcaster and the host of the weekly recap show on YouTube, Inside the Park. Please join me in welcoming everyone's favorite Uncle Brian, Uncle Muggs Gonzalez. Please follow and subscribe on YouTube at Florida Sports Programming Network.
Wow, that's about much fun as I've had in a long time. I want to thank everybody at Mater and at Killian for letting me do that. This is Uncle Muggs, and I've had a blast. We'll be right back. Welcome to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball, and if I sound a little winded, it's because I just threw out the first pitch, and that was really, really exciting, and I want to thank everybody at Mater for letting me do that. Humberto Bencomo, Fahim, Butch, Tito, Alex Tamargo, of course, Ricky Rojas, and everybody over there. That was very special for me to do that here at Mater Field. We have a good one for you today. We have the visiting Killian Cougars, of course, led by Chris Leon, going up against Humberto's Mater Academy Lions, and I still haven't caught my breath from all that. That's crazy. Let's bring up the scoreboard, and let's get things going here. We should have a good one. Two good pitchers for you tonight. Uncle Muggs just excited to be part of baseball. I love you guys. First pitch swinging, and it goes on the ground. Cabello's going to pick it up, throw a long way across, and not in time to get the speedy Kendry Blanco. No way you're going to get Blanco on a shot like that in the hole. So right away, the Cougars are going to have a runner on first base. And it's going to be about a week before I can take a smile off my face. I'll tell you, that was so exciting. And I hope it's not the last one. I'm going to go over the starting lineup for these Killian Cougars in just a second. I can tell you the second batter is Lucas Arcaute, and he'll be followed by Jono Acosta, the shortstop. Arcaute with a runner on first base, and he'll be facing Gerald Barcelo, who's going from the stretch. In this, a beautiful evening. He squares the bunt, he takes that one for a strike. It's a beautiful evening. I mean, it's been like this the last couple nights. Hopefully today we won't have any debris flying over us from any Elon Musk exploding rockets. But we'll have some exploding baseballs here. Quick throw over to first. And, boy, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Woo! All right, there's a look at the left-handed batting, Arcaute. And he's a Barry commit. And on first is Kendry. Take a look at Kendry. He might go. Wow, quickly 2 strikes to Arcaute. And I was going to say that Kendry's an Indian River commit. Shortstop Acosta is a North Florida commit. He'll be an Osprey next year. And STU has Jacob Popowski, and he's batting fourth. Kevin Nunez. Well, let's go over the lineup when I can. I'll give you the complete lineup in just a second once we have a little break here in the action. But, wow, that was exciting. I got to throw out the first pitch. It wasn't a strike. I came in at about 60-something miles an hour. And that one gets popped up, and I'll tell you that the first batter is Kendry Blanco, who's on first base. He'll be followed by Lucas Arcaute. He's playing second. Jonah Acosta's at shortstop. Then it's Jacob Popowski at first base. Kevin Nunez is at third base today. And batting sixth is Eddie Naranjo. He'll be followed by Jordan Scantlebury in left field. Then it's Jadon Heron in right field. And David Willis is behind the plate for the Killian Cougars. And I'll go over the defense once I catch my breath. Here's the 1-2. Outside. And there goes Blanco because that one got away from Castillo. Okay, the battery is Gerald Barcelo and Andy Castillo. Alfred Rosario's making the start today at third base for Matter. Yodekis is at shortstop. Iker Nogueira's at second base. Brian Fernandez is at first base. Jonathan Esponda today's in right field. The center fielder, Judy La Rosa. Your left fielder is Willie Medeiros. Unfortunately, Dylan Fernandez is going to be out for a few weeks. He suffered a broken finger. And we should get Brandon Lorenzo back at shortstop maybe as soon as next week. So with the runner on second base, and a 2-2 count here to Arcaute. And he slaps that one, and that's a fair ball. It's going to go down the line. Willie's going to get it. Here comes the speedy Blanco, and they're going to hold him up at second base. But with the throw, Arcaute's going to slide into second base, and boy, the Cougars came out red hot right now. They're on fire. And it's going to bring up Jonah Acosta. He's the North Florida commit. Like I said, he's going to be an Osprey next year, and I think that's a perfect fit for him. I mean, I love the Sun Coast Conference over there, and he's going to play teams like Stetson, Florida Gulf Coast, and Jacksonville. And that's always been a great division to play in. He's going to have some fun up there in Jacksonville. He's going to love the city, love the weather. And the Killian Cougars are going to love a base hit right here if he can get on. Let's take a look at the runners. There they are on second and on third base. Barcelo in a bit of a jam early, a swing and a miss by Acosta. Boy, I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight. Throwing out a first pitch. I don't know if you've ever done that, folks. That's super exciting. I mean, I'm never going to forget that one. Uncle Muggs coming to you from Westland Gardens Park on a beautiful Friday night. There's another swing and a miss. Not the prettiest swing from Acosta, but a beautiful night. Pull up a chair, grab yourself a cold beverage. We're going to be here for the next couple hours. I'll try to make it as enjoyable as possible. And I'm almost willing to guarantee that we're going to have a really, really good game because I know both of these teams very well. I don't even have to look down at the defensive sheet. I know where everybody is. Here's the 0-2. And there's a strikeout. No, tipped at the plate. Well, hard to see from my vantage point, so that is a strikeout. The first one for Barcelo, the first out of the inning, and it's going to bring up from the left side Jacob Popowski. We call him Pops. Yeah, Popowski hitting .389. He's doing it. He's got some pop, too. No wind to speak of. Fouls that one off at the plate. Cougars have a nice look. They have like a road gray with the black sleeves. And they look sharp. It's a nice baseball look, nice classic look. And Barcelo steps in, looks at Castillo. And there's one that's hit. And if there's room over there, maybe Fernandez can get it. The speedy Esponda. And that one falls down. A lot of room on the sides here at Westland Gardens Park. Dylan Fernandez is out. Brandon Lorenzo is out. So Bencomo's had to move some pieces around. Here's the 1-2. Oh, barely got a piece of it. There's the 0-2 to Popowski. And he swings and lifts that one, pops it up to the infield. Quevedo's going to call for it. Runners aren't going to go anywhere. And Barcelo has 2 outs, and he's got a chance to get out of this jam here that he got himself into. The senior pictures were put up today. Among them are Alfred Rosario, who leads the county in strikeouts with 29. Blanco's creeping in from third. Nunez takes that strike. Be surprised for a breaking ball here. No, he gets a fastball, and he just missed. Boy, half of the infield was running in. They thought that was a strike. A strikeout will get the Lions in the dugout and ready to hit. 2-2 with 2 outs. Swung on and missed, and a big strikeout by Barcelo. The Cougars are going to leave 2. We're going to head to the bottom of the first inning, and this has been an exciting game so far. We're watching the Cougars and the Lions, and you're watching FSPN. I'm Uncle Muggs, and I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll be right back right after.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back, high school baseball fans, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida high school baseball. And we have a really good game. The Cougars of Killian have traveled up north to face the Mater Academy Lions. The head coach for the Cougars is Chris Leon, and the head coach for the Lions is Humberto Bencomo. And alongside Bencomo is Coach Tito Rodriguez. Coach Fahing is in there, Ricky Rojas. And I want to mention Athletic Director Butch Carnicero and the Principal Alex Tamargo. And he's a baseball guy, and he loves his team. He's done great things for the facility here. And I don't want to say they're spoiled, man, but if you see that locker room, it's a beautiful thing, and it was gifted to them this year. And I want to say thank you for Tamargo and the entire staff and the faculty for putting that together. And it looks beautiful. So let's go over the starting lineup real quick here for the for the home team. The Lions, the leadoff batters, Aker Noguera, he'll be playing second base. Jonathan Espanda is playing right field today. Yodelquis Quevedo is the shortstop. The fourth batter is Brian Arrieta, and he's the DH today. Playing third base is Alfred Rosario. He'll be followed by Brian Fernandez in the sixth spot. He'll be playing first base. Hildy La Rosa makes a start today in center field. Andy Castillo's batting eighth. He's the catcher. And Willie Maderos is in left field for the home team. Let's bring up the scoreboard. And let's get things going. Big Zach Fernandez is on the mound. He's a Tusculum University commit in Tennessee. He starts him off with a strike. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Here come the Lions. And they need to get something going. The bats have been silent. They were quieted the other night by John Perez. The San Brendan's pitcher went 7 innings. Struck out 7 in a shutout. He blanked the mighty Lions. And that's not easy to do. And we'll have John Perez on the player spotlight on Sunday. You don't want to miss that one. We're going to get an interview from John Perez. And we have a surprise coach. That's a ball outside. The University Sharks, if you've never heard of them, they're 10-2 right now. They started off 7-0. And they're a Broward County team. And we're going to have their head coach, Dan Covetto, and he'll be on the coach's corner. And here's the 1-1. Inside corner. Boy, that was a nice pitch. A fastball to Noguera inside. I can tell you the battery is David Willis and Zach Fernandez, and I'll go over the Killian defense in just a second. The count is 2-2 to the leadoff man, and we saw his speed the other day. Here's the 2-2 swung on and grounded over to second base to Arcaute, who bobbles it. He's not going to get him. So, yeah, some speed on the bases now for the Lions. Noguera scored from first base on Jonathan Espanda's hit to walk off the other night against IMatter and Levan Hernandez's team, and that was one heck of a game. And now the Lions are going to bring up the right fielder today, Jonathan Esponda, and he's a Miami-Dade commit. So an error by the second baseman, Arcaute, is going to bring up Esponda. We're still waiting for him to launch one. Zach from the stretch. Oh, I'll tell you, David Willis behind the plate. We're going to see how many good plays he does. You take note at home. That was the first one. That one saved the runner from advancing. And Big Zach is no stranger to the mound. He pitched over 50 innings last year. So Willis is going to have his hands full with the speedy Noguera. And let's see if head coach Bencomo reaches into his toolbox of strategy and sends him here in the bottom of the first to try to get something going for the home team. Trying to put some pressure on this Cougar defense. And a lot of attention to him over there. So your defense is Willis behind the plate. Kevin Nunez is at third. Jonah Acosta is the shortstop. Lucas Arcaute is at second base. Jacob Popowski is at first base. And your outfield is Heron in right. Henry Blanco in center field. And Jordan Scantleberry in left field. And right now, Noguera's on first base wreaking havoc. And I think he's gotten to Fernandez a little bit. Zach paying a lot of attention to Noguera over there. Finally comes home, and Noguera goes, and Esponda hits one down the line past Nunez at first, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. And they're going to send him. Here comes the speedy Noguera, and the home team's going to score a run. That one got caught up in the corner. think it rolled all the way to the wall. Scantlebury had a hard time picking it up. And Esponda hit one right past the third baseman, and we have a runner on second base. And your score is 1-0 in favor of the home team. They needed that. Yodelquis Quevedo, and he'll be followed by Brian Arrieta. So a double for Esponda. And Noguera scores a run. Boy, he's fast, man. I mean, he's really, really fast. The corner, well, not the corner, but Popowski's in on the grass. Nunez is still back there. First pitch, Yodelquis is a little high. Here's a look at Esponda on second base. He's being held on there by Arcaute. And Fernandez stares at him. The 1-2, a slider, and it's popped up. And if there's room, that one sails out. Like I mentioned, these Lions are coming off a loss to San Brendan's. And then Monday they'll play Kohia at FIU. But right here, Zach Fernandez has his hands full, but he could one pitch away from striking out. That one's hit hard in the right center field. If it drops, it's trouble, and it gets in front of the lefty, Heron, who makes a strong throw home, and it's going to hold up Esponda at third base. And Yodelquis comes through with a base hit. No complaints there. Good piece of hitting. Good try over there by Heron. That one just dropped in. And that's going to bring up the third baseman now, Alfred Rosario, who's the strikeout leader here in Dade County, and he's playing third base. Talk about versatile. This kid could do it all. There goes Yodelquis. A throw from Builes, surprisingly. Acosta's going to stay there on third base. So Arrieta took a strike, let his guy get to second, and now base hit somewhere. It'll be 2 more runs because Yodelquis has wheels. And Jonathan Esponda is only 90 feet away. And your score is 1-0, and we're in the bottom of the first. And this is starting to smell like a good one. Fernandez's pitch swung on and fouled right there at the plate. 2 strikes to the left-handed batting Arrieta. Zach Fernandez on the mound, and the 0-2 is, hit him. Got a piece of him. That's going to load the bases. He's a tough guy. He's not even going to rub it. So we're going to have bases full of Lions. So all Alfred has to do here is hit the ball out of the infield. And he's not going to do it on that one because that ball's outside. And there's no outs. Bottom of the first, it's already 1-0 in favor of the home team, the Lions. And they're playing the Cougars. And there's a look at your base runners. All the bases are occupied. Humberto Bencomo's over there on third base. Tito Rodriguez is the first base coach. There's a slider that's up high. Against a tough pitcher, Zach Fernandez, a committed player. The 1-2 swung on and hit the center field, and it's going to drop in right in front of Henry Blanco. One's going to score. Watch out. Here comes Yodelquis. Yodelquis almost past Esponda, and we have a crooked number on there for the Lions. It's a 3 in the bottom of the first inning. 1-1 to Brian Fernandez with first base open. Heody La Rosa, who's been kind of hot lately. I remember him getting a couple base hits in the last game. Starting to pick it up a little bit. His average is about 217. He's looking to pick that up. That one's inside, an easy take for. Here's a better look at the whole Matter bench, all the Lions over there, and big Lion at the bat right now. BF, and he's not your best friend if you're pitching against him. Brian Fernandez. Wow, he just missed that when he pops it up to the left side high and deep. There goes Scantlebury. He's coming over. There's going to be a tag up. Might be a play at the plate. No, Arrieta holds up, and that was a good choice because that was a seed that Scantlebury threw into the cutoff. So finally 1 out. Going to bring up Heody La Rosa. That ball's low and inside. An easy take for Heody La Rosa. Took me about a week to figure out how to say that name. Heody La Rosa. Now I say it better than his parents do right now. Heody. Jeuri. Infield still in for the Cougars. That one's slap foul. Here's the 3-2. And with first base open, he's going to walk Fernandez. So, yeah, Brandon Lorenzo, that was hard to watch. He pulled his hamstring coming into second base, and he was down for a little while. Dylan Fernandez sliding into second, broke his finger. Now we're going to have a mound visit, and we're going to come right back. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. We have a good one here between the Cougars and the Lions after a brief mound visit from the pitching coach. Zach Fernandez stays in there, but this time he's got bases loaded and one out. And a quick swing there from the catcher, Andy Castillo. And that one just barely goes out of play. Wow, the fans had to scatter. On deck is Willie Medeiros. That ball's grounded to the shortstop, Jonah. He's going to get one. Our counter is going to turn to Pops, and they're going to say it's in time. Wow, Elizabeth. That's going to end the inning. So the Lions are going to leave 3. They're going to get 3. We're going to head to the top of the second inning, 3-0 from Westland Gardens Park. You're watching FSPN. I'm Uncle Muggs. And remember to please subscribe, follow us on Instagram, give us a thumbs up, and we'll keep bringing you this content. Thanks for watching.
You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your host, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs.
Welcome back to Westland Gardens Park. High school baseball fans, we have a good one between the two cats, the Cougars from Killian and the home team, the Matter Academy Lions, that are led by their head coach, Humberto Bencomo. The Cougars are led by Chris Leon. Two of my favorite teams, and it's 3-0 right now. Gerald Barcelo's on the mound for the Lions. And coming up to bat now for these Cougars, they're going to send up 6, 7, and 8. It's going to be Eddie Naranjo, the DH, followed by Jordan Scantleberry. And then it's Jadon Heron in right field. And Barcelo goes to work right away with the strike. Here's the 3-1, and that's swung on and lifted into right field. And that's going to land right in front of Esponda. Lead-off base hit for the DH. Eddie Naranjo stayed back on that ball well. And there's a lot of room here in Westland Gardens Park. Oigo? ¿De parte? No está. Está llamando a FSPN. Sí, señora, esto es un juego de pelota. Ya no llames más, por favor. Sí. Están ganando los Lions, 3-0. Te tengo que dejar que hay hombre primera. Kevin Núñez está en primera y ahora está Jordan bateando. Goodbye, I gotta go. All right, people calling the booth here in Hialeah. And there's a line drive, and it's caught by Noguera. He goes back to Fernandez. Not in time. Nice play by Noguera for the first out. So 1 out. Left-handed batting, the speedy Heron with Naranjo on first. First pitch low for a ball. Hey, those Matter uniforms look sharp. I mean, you can almost go to a formal party with those things. They look like a black tuxedo-looking thing. All you need is a tie, and you're good to go. Swung on and drilled into right field. Esponda's going to come and get it. A clean base hit for Heron. And the runners are going to stay on first and third. Boy, and these Cougars came out swinging the bats today. So Fernandez is in at first base. Heron's right behind him. Rosario's at third. He's in on the grass as well. Your double play combination is Escobedo-Noguera, and there's the slider in there for a strike. And that's what Barcelo needs. He needs to get going early in the count. There's a look at the Matter Academy bench. There's your pitcher, Barcelo. Well, he wanted that one. He really wanted that one. Here's the full count. Wow, not even close. Bases are going to be full of Cougars, and the Cougar fans are enjoying this. So 1 out, full of Cougars, and the hitman's up. Watch out. Kendry Blanco. He's the Indian River Comet. He can pitch, play center field. Say he throws about 92. I believe it. Fernandez is in at first base for the Lions. Barcelo's having a little trouble with his control today. Now Barcelo to pitch his way out of this jam. A strike here will be a big sigh of relief because with one out, the base is loaded. Nobody across the board yet. Oh, he just missed that one. It's 3-1, folks. Cougars are on the board. Bases are still loaded. Naranjo's going to score. All right, after a brief mound visit from Tito, he leaves the big right-hander in there. And it's a 3-1 ball game. It's the top of the second inning. And your batter's Lucas Acraute from the left side. He's got a chance to, tie this game with a base hit. He swings at the first pitch. And the two cats are playing, the Cougars and the Lions. Gerald Barcelo, the big cat on the mound. There's a ground ball. Noguera flips over to Quevedo, who throws high to Fernandez. And they say that he got him. There's double play. Fernandez stayed on the bag. So the Cougars leave 3, but they get 1. And we're going to head to the bottom of the second. Abel Alonso is vivid. You're watching FSPN. We'll be right back. I got a feeling this is going to be a good game. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the second inning in a 3-1 ball game. The Cougars against the Lions. All right, the first batter was walked. Here comes Chris Leon for a mound visit. I think he's going to maybe make a pitching change. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. You're watching FSPN. Welcome back, high school baseball fans, to Westland Gardens Park, where we have a great matchup between the home team, the Lions, and the visiting Cougars of Killian. It's a 3-1 ball game, the second inning, and already we have a pitching change for the Cougars. The starter, Zachary Fernandez, walked the last batter, and Chris Leon came out and changed them. And we have Brandon Pfeiffer. He's a junior right-hander. I can tell you about Pfeiffer. He's a no-nonsense, all business, fast worker, good fastball, hard slider, and he's a competitor. That's all I can say about him. I mean, you're not going to find anybody that likes to compete more than Brandon Pfeiffer. He's pitched in big games. He pitched against Douglas last year, and the Cougars beat them, I think it was 1-0 or 2-1. And he's going to face the leadoff batter in a tough lineup here in the Lions. Bencomo has some missing pieces, but there's still a lot of tough outs up and down that lineup, especially with this first batter, Iker Noguera. He'll be followed by Jonathan Esponda, and then it's Jodekis Quevedo. 3-1 ball game. The Lions are looking to get more. They scored 3 in the bottom of the first. The Cougars answered back with a little jab of their own. They got 1. And right now there's no outs. Willie Medeiros is standing on first base. He's being held on by Pops. Arcaute's at second. Jonah's at third. Here's squares to bunt. He throws through. And they're going to get Medeiros. Nice tag by Acosta. They tagged him somewhere around the knee, thigh area. But boy, that was a good throw by Builes. I mean, he put it right on the money. So Noguera was scoring the bunt. Going to cut down a runner. He's going to give him an out. Look here at Pfeiffer and Noguera. There's a ground ball up the middle. And that's going to get through. And Noguera's been pesky. It's the second time he gets aboard. Pfeiffer comes in. He gets right to work. There's a fastball, and that's hitting the gap. Blanco might have a beat on it. No, it stops in front of him. Now he's going to throw behind the runner, and it gets away from Arcaute, goes all the way to Pops on first. Boy, and they had Aker rung up at second base. And he took a big round ride turn at second base, and Blanco threw behind him, but he was just off the throw. The throw was just off to Arcauta's right, and he couldn't scoop it up. And that one got past him. That's going to be a tough break for Chris Leon and the Killian Cougars. Boy, he was fried at second. So Yodelki steps in with nobody out. Runners in the corners. Spanda's 2 for 2 with the double. Aker Nogueira's on first base. He's also 2 for 2. And there's a hard hit ball in the 5-6 hole between the third baseman and the shortstop. And it's going to make the game 4. Your batter is Brian Arrieta. He's going to face the new pitcher, Brandon Pfeiffer. He came in for the starter, Zachary Fernandez. Runners on first and second. I'll tell you, if Willie Medeiros would have stayed on first, this game would be 4-1. 5-1. Right now it's 4-1. 1 out, bottom of the second. And these are the Lions that we know, the Lions that are swinging the bats well. And they got to pick each other up because they have a few guys that are out. A few of their studs are out. For Lorenzo to get back. And there's one that's hit to Arcauta, and he dives, and it's going to get past him. And here comes a speedy Espanda. They're going to send him. We might have a play at the plate. And he gets in there safe without a problem. Oh, boy. We got 5. Courtesy runner that came in for Brian Arrieta. And Pfeiffer hasn't pitched bad. He's around the plate except for that one. And there we go. He's going to throw. We're going to have a play at the plate. Your pitcher is Brandon Pfeiffer. And that's Lorenzo Penate was the pinch runner. I'm sorry. Took me a while to look that one up. So Penate's on second base with 2 outs. Rosario swings through that one. And the count goes 0-2. We got 5 for the Lions, 1 for the Cougars. Here's Pfeiffer's 1-1. It slapped right up the middle. And that's going to be caught by Arcauta, but he's going to have to eat it. Now he goes to third. Penate slips, but he gets there on time. So runners in the corners. 2 outs for the dangerous Brian Fernandez. Brian Fernandez, number 17. Runners in the corners. He takes that one for a strike. And this is, for this season, it's been a lot of scoring. There's a pickoff attempt, and I think he got him. Well, he did. He sure did. He got Rosario leaning the wrong way, so 3 outs. The Lions are going to leave 2, but they're going to get 2. We're going to head to the top of the third inning with your score 5-1, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. We have a good one between the visiting Cougars and the home team, the Mater Lions. And right now it's 5-1. The Lions scored in the bottom half of the third. They got 3. And in the second inning, they got 2. The Lions got 1. And it's going to bring up the shortstop, and he's the North Florida commit, Jonah Acosta. Acosta's going to face Barcelo, and the first pitch is inside because Jacob Amador suffered a little injury. Nothing major, and there's a swing and a ground ball over to Nogueira. Picks it up, fires it to Fernandez for the out. And there's 1 out in the top of the third inning. And that one's over to that side as well. Third baseman Rosario's calling for it, and he makes the catch just in the outfield grass for the second out. Wow, 1 pitch, 1 out. That's what Gerald Barcelo needed. So 2 quick outs. Acosta grounded out. Popowski flying out to third base, and Kevin Nunez, who struck out his first time up, is going to face Gerald Barcelo. He takes the first one for a ball. Now it looks like Barcelo's got it going. That's what they need. The Lions need a shutdown inning here. The Mater Academy Lions wearing the tuxedo black today. 2-2's fouled off. There's one right back at. Oh, what a catch by Gerald. He's going to throw that one to Fernandez for the third out, and that's a quick inning. We head to the bottom of the third, and it's 5-1 in favor of the Lions, and you're watching FSPN. Thanks for watching and subscribe, everyone. Tell your friends.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back, high school baseball fans, to Westland Gardens Park for FSPN's coverage of high school baseball between the Killian Cougars and the home team, the Mater Academy Lions, that are up 5-1 right now. And Brian Fernandez is up to bat again because in the previous inning, Alfred Rosario got picked off of first base, and he's going to face Brandon Pfeiffer. First pitch, swing and a miss. We're in the bottom of the third inning. The Lions have scored 5, 3 in the first, 2 in the second. The Cougars scored 1 in their half of the second, and it's 3-1. Zach Fernandez was the pitcher, the starting pitcher for these Cougars. After an inning and a third, he was replaced by the hard-throwing right-hander, the competitor for the Killian Cougars, Brandon Pfeiffer, and he's just a junior. 1-1 count to the big first baseman, the lefty. A big swing and a miss, strike 2. I talked to Fernandez before the game. I told him, listen, you got a few of your key guys that are out. Brandon Lorenzo, Amador's out, Dylan Fernandez. And it's up to you, Esponda, Quevedo, Noguera. You guys got to step up. And Howdy. And you got to pick up the load. You know, you got a few key guys missing. Now, Wheelers is going to come out and talk to Pfeiffer. They're 5-6. There's a swing and a big chopper to the infield. And it's going to be a fair ball, says the umpire. Fernandez just stayed there staring at the umpire instead of running. And he's saying that it hit him in the foot. And he's still saying it hit him in the foot. Yeah, it's going to be 1 out. This is Howdy La Rosa. He's playing center field right now today. He can pitch, play left field, play right field, swings at the first one. Howdy had a base hit. He was chopped off in second base, part of that double play. Pfeiffer's pitch is low and away to even the count at 1-1. Bottom of the third inning in a 5-1 ball game in favor of the home team, who really need a win here. They need to walk away here and even their record to 6-6. Look forward to that game in FIU versus Cohia on Monday. That'll be a good venue to watch a baseball game. There's a check swing. Pfeiffer's your pitcher from the full windup. Foul ball at the plate. We'll do the 3-2 all over again to the senior Miami-Dade commit, Howdy La Rosa. Going over there, Albert Bell will be there, center fielder from the Southwest Eagles. And there's a called strike 3 for the second out of the inning. And he put a little bit of extra mustard on that one. Caught Howdy looking. All right, the batter now is number 45, Andy Castillo. He hit into a double play the last time up. And he's looking to start something off here. There's the pitch from Pfeiffer, swung on, and there's a ground ball over to Nunez. Nunez takes his time, but now he has to fire it over to Pops, and he gets him. Nothing across the board for the home team, the Lions, but they're still up 5-1. We head to the top of the fourth inning. You're watching FSPN, and you're listening to Uncle Muggs on your favorite network for high school baseball. It's FSPN. Welcome back, high school baseball fans, to Westland Gardens Park for some high school baseball between the visiting Killian Cougars that are led by their head coach, Chris Leon. The Cougars come into Westland Park 5-5 to face the home team that are led by their head coach, Humberto Bencomo, and their record is 5-6. And right now the home team is winning 5-1 as we head to the top of the fourth inning from beautiful Westland Gardens Park. And this is a public park, although this field is dedicated just for the Mater Academy Lions to play on. I mean, it's a public park, so anybody can come here. You just can't get on the field unless Humberto lets you on here. I know Gerald's going to pick things up. He's going to get in the groove, and he's going to start shutting things down. Come on, Gerald. Starts off with a ball. There's a quick strike on a foul ball. There's a look at Gerald. Big boy, every time I shake his hand, I got to look up. My neck hurts. 5-1, top of the fourth. That one's in there for a strike.
Naranjo's a pesky hitter, too. I mean, don't take Naranjo for granted. I mean, he'll hit a double at any minute. That one's low and away. He's just got to tighten things up a little bit. Here comes a 3-2. Nobody out. That one's hit to the right side. That might drop in, and it does. Esponda's going to get it. He acts like he rounds first, going to second, but he's going to stop there at first base, and there's a leadoff base hit from the DH. Eddie Naranjo. Look at Scantleberry. And he's got some pop. I've seen him go yard in South Dade, which is not a little ballpark. It's not Westminster by any means. And he took one out, so he's got some pull power, so careful on the inside half of the plate. He looks at that one outside for a ball. There's Scantleberry. Wow. That one's just a little bit low for a ball pitch. And it was closer than that one, and now Castillo throws it away. Goes off of Fernandez's glove. He one-hopped him trying to pick off Naranjo. A runner on second, nobody out. A legit scoring opportunity here. Let's see if Barcelo can pitch his way out of this one. Just missed outside, and he's going to have a runner on first and second base for the Cougars. Tito's walking out there, and he's got the hook. He's got the gaff, and he's not fishing. No, he's not bringing a kingfish in the book. He's putting Barcelo in the dugout. You're watching FSPN, and we're going to be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. This game's going to get good. I guarantee you. Welcome back, high school baseball fans. Have a new pitcher for the Lions. We traded 1G for 2. It's Gabriel Grandillo, the right-hander, number 25. He's got a hard slider. He's got good control. Nice fastball. Andy Castillo is behind the plate. And this has been brought to you by Florida Tentless Termite Treatments. Avoid putting a tent, a carp over your house and all those chemicals and having to evacuate and get a hotel or staying at your mother-in-law's house and that whole hassle. And these guys will treat your house. Give them a call at 305-669-9292. Back here, it is the top of the 4th inning. The Cougars are threatening here with nobody out. Runners on first and second. And Gabe starts him off with a ball outside. The batter is Jadon Heron. He's a right fielder, senior. Solid base hit his first time up. I mean, he roped one over first. Cougars are looking for that here again. They need a run. The Cougar fans are antsy. They want to get something going. And there's one that's hit a big bouncer to second base. Nogueira's got to hurry up, and he's not going to get the speedy Heron. That took a big hop off the infield. It looked like it hit like if it was turf or something. I mean, that bounced right in front of home plate, and it skied up about 15 feet. Nogueira had to back up on it just to get the right hop, and that took way too long. So an infield hit. A walk to Scantleberry. Eddie Naranjo started things up with a base hit, and he's standing on third base, and here comes Builes. Chance to get some runs, and boy, I almost wore that one. That was inside for ball one. The 2-0. Builes takes that one inside. And there's one. We're going to have a 5-2 game. Things are getting interesting. Looks like they're playing for 2. Gabriel Grandillo's the pitcher. The first one is swung on, and that's in the dirt. That was way out of the strike zone. That goes to show you how much bite that slider has and how hard he throws it, that it looks a lot like a fastball coming out of his hand. But 3/4 of the way down, has some late break on it, and you're already committed, and that ball is short hopping Castillo, and that's a strike. The 0-1 is swung on again. Blanco can't figure him out until he figures it out. That's a fastball taken, fooled everybody. Got the broadcaster, the batter. He got everybody. Umpire rings him up. Jonathan Acosta, North Florida commit. The Ospreys on deck. And Arcaute now with a chance with one out in the top of the fourth inning in a 5-2 game to make it a little bit closer. Okay, now Gabriel, I think, is starting to get his motor going. We haven't taken a look at Gabriel yet. He's a competitor. Nicest guy you can meet, Gabriel Grandillo. But get him between the lines with a ball in his hand, and he becomes fierce, man. Bases loaded. Here's the 0-2. And there's a weak ground ball hit over to Noguera. He comes up with it. The only play he has is to first base. It's 5-3. Things are starting to get interesting. This is what's chipping. This is how you chip, folks. You get one here, you get one there, and now you have your dog up, Jonah Acosta, and he could chop down the whole tree. Arcaute grounds out, brings up Jonah Acosta, the shortstop, and he takes that slider on the inside corner for a strike. The outside corner, good control, and that ball from Castillo went over the pitcher, but that heads up Noguera. I mean, that's, you know, right there, that's a hell of a play. I mean, it doesn't come out in the scorebook. It won't come out on the scoreboard. But he came in to back up the throw that rarely happens, but he was there. And then nothing happened. I mean, everybody stayed where they were because of his hustle. So good play there. LaRosa's in center field, and he's shaded a little bit over to his right. Grandillo has a chance to get out of this inning. And there's called strike three, and he strikes him out. There you go, folks. Great pitching when you needed it. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Your score now is 5-3. The Cougars leave 3, but they get 2. And this game is getting good, so get some more popcorn, get another beverage, and we're going to be here for a little bit. You're watching FSPN. Welcome back to Westland Gardens Park for a good game between two cats, the Cougars and the Lions. Right now it's 5-3. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Cougars just put up a 2-spot in the top of the fourth to make the game 5-3 and due up for the Lions. It's the last batter, Willie Medeiros. He'll be followed by the leadoff batter, Iker Noguera. And then it's the Miami-Dade commit, Jonathan Espanda, and he'll be followed by Yodelkis Quevedo. And on the mound for the Killian Cougars, who came in relief for the starters, it's Brian Pfeiffer. He's a tough right-handed pitcher. And Nunez is still at third base for the Cougars. Jonah Acosta is a shortstop. Arcaute is a second baseman. Pops is over at first. Your batteries, Brandon Pfeiffer and David Builes. Kenry Blanco, the Indian River committers in center field. Scantleberry's in left field. Jadon Heron is in right. And the first pitch from is swung on. Hit grounded foul. Medeiros is coming out swinging. He got a good start the other night against I Matter and had an RBI base hit. And he's just gaining experience. I mean, this youngster evens the count to 1-1. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pfeiffer goes to work, swing and a miss, and that's the first strikeout for Medeiros, first out of the inning. Iker Noguera steps into the box from the left side, and he's been on base twice. First time got on base by an error. The next one he got a base hit. First pitch to him is a ball from Brandon Pfeiffer. Let's get in there a little tight. 2-0 now. The Lion Den. Inside, easy take. I think that got a piece of him. So Noguera's going to make his way down to first base. Sponda steps in for the Matter Academy Lions from the right side. He's been hot lately. Noguera gets on. He got hit by a pitch. Sponda's 2 for 2. Quevedo's on deck. He's 2 for 2. He'll be followed by Brian Arrieta. Pfeiffer from the stretch. Pops one in there. Here's the 1-2, and it's slapped to the right side. Alcantara's going to pick it up. Lions are going to get a run. They traded out for a run. It's a little late to be doing stuff like that, but it's 6-3 now in favor of the home team. Quevedo steps into the plate in a 6-3 game. Costly pickoff attempt from Brandon Pfeiffer, and he starts him off with a ball. Now there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th in a 6-3 ball game. There's a changeup that stayed high for a ball. 2-0 to Quevedo. Red hot Brian Arieta. That one swung on and hit hard up the middle. And Quevedo's 3 for 3 quietly. I mean, he hasn't been spectacular, but he's been there when Bencomo needs him to get hits, and he's got a few RBIs already this year. So with 2 outs, it brings up Brian Arieta, the DH today, with Yodekis Quevedo on first base in a 6-3 game and first pitch swinging. Quevedo's 3 for 3 on the night. Arieta was hit by a pitch the first time up, and then he got a solid base hit, and there goes Quevedo, and they got him picked off. And the throw goes behind Jonah, but what a play. What an athletic play. Jonah Acosta had to turn his body completely. The Lions are going to leave one, but they get one. The score is 6-3, and we're going to head to the top of the 5th inning in a really good game from Westland Gardens Park, and you're watching FSPN.
Hello, my name is Mike Silvestri of Florida Diamond Recruiting Services. We're a full-service baseball recruiting consulting service for high school baseball players and their families. We also assist with junior college transfers and 4-year transfer portal players. Our staff is over 150 years in the game today, consisting of full-time Major League Baseball scouting experience, both head high school and head college coaching experience, along with professional coaching and professional playing experience. Our unique ability to consult, evaluate, project, and network has allowed our families to achieve a 100% placement and offer rate to date. Come see us Sunday, February 23rd at the beautiful 365 hitting facility in Miami, Florida at 1 p.m. for a free recruiting seminar. We will touch on the topics such as the rules changes over the last year or two in college baseball recruiting, roster limitations, NIL deals, the transfer portal, and all the factors that affect today's high school baseball player looking to play college baseball. Visit us at www.floridabaseballrecruiting.com to learn more about who we are and the different types of packages that we offer to fit everyone's needs and budgets. Consult, evaluate, project, and network. Continue the dream. Florida Diamond Recruiting Services.
Welcome back, high school baseball fans, to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball, and it's Friday night, and we have a good one, a 6-3 ball game, top of the 5th inning. Chris Leon's Killian Cougars have come to pay a visit to Umberto Bencomo's Lions of Mater Academy. They're up 6-3. Popowski in the box. Grandillo is on the bump, and he came in for Gerald Barcelo. So far, Grandillo has 2 strikeouts. Barcelo pitched 3 innings and a third. Only gave up 1 run. Had 2 strikeouts. And Popowski steps up now from the left side. Let's go look at Pops. Here's the 3-0 from Grandillo. I tell you, he just finds a way to get on. He's on base every game. You see him, he gets on somehow. Scratches and claws his way, but Gabe Grandillo is your pitcher for the Lions. There's a nice fastball over the inside corner. Let's take a look at Abassi in the infield. Quevedo and Noguera are your double play combination. And that's music to Gabriel's ears right now. The runner goes. That one gets behind Castillo. And watch out, he go all the way to third base. Castillo's throw, short hop. And wow, what a tag. What a short hop and what a tag over there by Rosario. Wow, he can pitch, play third base. Now the leadoff runner gets cut down at third base. Never gave up on that one. The hustling Castillo ran all the way back to the fence and picked it up, threw a short hop to Rosario. And we have a one out when the runners are cleaned off the bases. There's a ground ball to the right side, and it's just foul. Fernandez scoops it up. Grandillo's from the stretch, even though there's no one on base. Now he steps off. Castillo gives him another sign or two. He steps back in, takes a peek. Slow leg kick there, trying to disrupt the timing. I looked a little different on that one. Trying to throw Nunez off. See if he does that one again. No, he just came straight up with that one, and there's a ground ball to the left side, and diving Rosario can't come up with it, and that's going to be a base hit for Nunez. Red hot Eddie Naranjo is up to bat now for the Cougars. He's got 2 hits and 2 runs scored. Nice slider in there for a strike. Let's see if Leon puts somebody in motion. And there's another slider down. Pops got on by a walk, but the pinch runner got gunned down in third base trying to take an extra base on a pass ball. And here we are in the top of the 5th in a 6-3 game. Wow. Okay, Castillo checked the box, goes to his right. Nice block on one in the dirt. Nunez on first, 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, a swing and a miss at a big sweeping slider. And Naranjo goes down on strikes. And this is the second time through the lineup now for Gabriel Grandillo. Let's see if Nunez goes on this pitch. There's a strike. If anybody, he looks like he wants to go. He's got the sliding mitt on. And that one's lifted in the left field. It's very playable for Medeiros. He makes the play. Could be the 3rd out, and it sure is. So the Cougars are going to leave 2 on. They get none. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning with your score 6-3 from Westland Gardens Park, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to Westland Gardens Park, where we have a 6-3 ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning in favor of the home team, the Mater Academy Lions, and they're going to send up 4, 5, and 6 in Brian Arrieta, Alfred Rosario, and Brian Fernandez. And there's Arrieta putting one in the gap, and that's going to get through. No, what a catch by Jordan Scantlebury for the first out of the inning over there. All right, Arrieta flies out to left field. It brings in Alfred Rosario. He's been playing third base today, and he's facing Brian Pfeiffer, who gets the first pitch over for a strike. And with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning, your score is 6-3 in favor of the Mater Academy Lions. Pfeiffer goes to work, but he one-hops it in there to Builes behind the plate. 6-3 ball game. Nice slider. Boy, that was a nice pitch by Brandon Pfeiffer. Rosario, who has a couple hits already today. And that one gets away. Strike 3. Throw down there from Builes. 2 outs. Brian Fernandez, he's the big right-handed batter for these Mater Academy Lions. He'll face Brian Pfeiffer, and he's first pitch swinging, and there's a ground ball to the right side. That's going to get through. Wow. Jadon thought about the force play over at first base. Brian got there quickly. The batter's Heldy La Rosa from the right side. He's playing center field today. He's a Miami-Dade commit. He'll be facing Pfeiffer with a runner on first base and 2 outs. And these guys are first pitch swinging. There's a ground ball hit foul. 2 outs, runner on first. Bottom of the 5th inning. You're watching FSPN. Uncle Muggs threw out the first pitch of this game. Now Brandon Pfeiffer's throwing some pitches, and there goes Fernandez, boy. And that one's hit high and deep in left center field, and that's going to fall. It's going to find a gap. Kendry Blanco is not going to get it. It's going to roll all the way to the Mater Academy sign. And here comes Fernandez, and he hustles all the way from first base, and he's going to score the 7th run of the game for your Mater Academy Lions. And there's Hody. We're going to have a mound visit from Chris Leon. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more
high school baseball from Westland Gardens Park between the Cougars and the Lions. Thanks for watching, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. There's been a pitching change. Sebastian Perez, the junior, right-hander, is going to come in and pitch for the Cougars, and he's going to inherit a runner in second base and Henry La Rosa, and he's going to face Castillo, the catcher. The first pitch is low and away for a ball. And I've seen Sebastian on the mound. He's a good pitcher. He's a competitor. He's got good control. Slider. He's coming in from the stretch. Willie Medeiros is on deck. And there's a nice pitch there that Castillo just swung right through that one. There's a ground ball to the left side. There's Jonah with a nice pick. And what a stretch by Pops for the third out. The Lions are going to leave one. They're going to get one. We're going to head to the top of the sixth inning with your score 7-3. And you're watching FSPN, everyone. Welcome back to Westland Gardens Park, where we have a high school baseball game between the Killian Cougars that are led by Chris Leon, and Humberto Bencomo is at the helm of the Mater Academy Lions, and we have a good game here. It is 7-3. We're heading to the top of the sixth inning. The pitcher for the Lions is Gabriel Grandillo, and this program has been brought to you by Florida State Tentless Termite Treatments. Avoid the hassle of having to tent your home and having to go get a hotel room and the kids yelling and 2-3 days with the tarp around your house and the chemicals and all the stuff getting all over your furniture. Florida State Tentless Treatment will come in and get you on a treatment plan. They'll come in every so often, and you can trust these guys. They've been around for 25 years, and their solution is eco-friendly, pet-friendly, safe for your family. It targets termites right where they live, deep inside your home. You can visit their website at www.woodtermite.com or 305-669-9292 to schedule your appointment. And now the Cougars are going to try to chip away, and they need to do more than chipping. They need to get the whole chainsaw out here and chop down the whole tree. And it's going to be up to Jaden Herron, the eighth batter, followed by David Builes, the ninth batter. And there's one hit to left field. Medeiros has got a beat on it. He camps it out. First pitch swinging. Fly ball to left field and one out. Henry Blanco is the third batter this inning. Builes has walked twice. And that one's called a ball. So we have a couple more years of this hard slider that's hard to hit. Just ask Builes, who just swung through that one. Every once in a while, he'll take his time with his left leg and just try to throw the batters off their timing. Called strike three over the outside corner on a beautiful slider. Grandillo's dialed in now. That pitch is hard to hit, especially with two strikes. It has such late break on it. A little low for ball one. And there's one taken. Boy, that fooled Blanco, and you don't see that often. He was leaning back halfway through there. And I'll tell you what, he's got Blanco with two quick strikes. One ball, two strikes, two outs. And he's feeling it now. Kid's in a groove now. And there's that slow windup. Boy, and he got a committed player. So if you're a sophomore and you strike out a committed player, we head to the bottom of the sixth inning. Your score is 7-3 from Westland Gardens Park, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the sixth inning, where the story has been the bats have come alive for the Mater Academy Lions, and they're up 7-3 over the visiting Cougars. The Cougars have Sebastian Perez on the mound. The Lions send up the left fielder, the last batter, Willie Medeiros. He'll be followed by Aker Noguera, who's been on base 3 times, and he scored 3 runs. And then it's the red-hot Jonathan Esponda, who has a double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Here's the first pitch from Perez, and it's a nice moving fastball, and he's got a lot of movement on that ball.
it's moving out of this into the batters. Watch. That one, that's barely got a piece of it, and that's a ground ball. It's going to get through for a base hit, but not taking away anything from some Perez, because Perez can pitch, and he's got good stuff. Stepping in the box is Aker Noguera with the runner on first base, and that was huge for the last batter to get on base. And Aker has three times he's been on base. He got hit by a pitch, by an error, and a base hit. There's a ball outside from Sebastian Perez. Aker hustled around on a pickoff attempt. Made it all the way to third base. And he's got some wheels, boy. He got shaken up a couple games ago when he went backwards on a little fly ball. Sebastian gets one over for a strike, and it's 1-1. If we can see our count out there. There the runner goes on a delayed steal, and that ball's second baseman's closer. He can back that up, but, I mean, Arcaute was way over there on the first base side. Nunez is about even with the bag. Sebastian comes set. Takes a look at the runner, and that catches a piece of him. He got hit by a pitch again. Well, he's been beat up today, but he's a tough guy. He just stood in there, didn't even think about getting out of the way. Noguera on the first pitch from Perez, and another excellent stop by David Builes, and I think that's number 3. We've called his number several times, and he couldn't even get in front of that one. He had to reach out and backhand that one. Here's a look at the runners on first and second. Arcaute trying to keep him close, and there's a slider, and that's going to catch Esponda right in the back. Nowhere to go. So he wears that one. The bases are full, and it's going to bring up Yodelkis. You guys may be in for a little treat. Now, I'm not going to call this one, but slider in there for a strike. I'm just pulling back at the camera and just want to give you guys enough room here to watch it. If he lights the fuse and this one goes kaboom, you'll be good to see it. Fastball outside. Great block again by Builes. And that one's high, but it's not deep enough. There goes Scantlebury. There's going to be a play at the plate. And that's a foul ball. Finally fix it. Here's a good look at Yodelkis. I call him the mini Roberto Clemente. Sponda's on third. Nice block. It wasn't a great block, but it was still a nice block, and you can count that one, put it in the nice block count for Builes. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th. 7-3. FSPN Friday night game. Yodelkis Quevedo's up the bat. And that slider. Okay, that was a nice block because that one short hopped him. That one hit somewhere around the plate. And a textbook move by David Builes. And that gives you confidence as a pitcher, knowing that you can throw the ball anywhere in the ballpark and your catcher's going to stop it. And you're looking at one of the best defensive catchers back there. I think David Builes is doing an excellent job tonight. So bases loaded, 3-2 to Yodelkis. There's nowhere to put him. And he goes for it. And that one flares out to right field. And if it falls fair, it's trouble. And it's just foul. There's a strike. No, a ball. It's going to be 8-3 in favor of the home team. The bases will remain loaded for the fourth batter, Brian Arrieta. Here comes Chris Leon, and he's got the hook. We're going to take a quick timeout. You're watching Matter versus Killian Cougars. This one's getting a little bit out of hand. No velitas today. No trips to La Botanica. I think the Lions have this one under control, folks, but don't go anywhere, por si acaso. You never know. You never know. You're watching FSPN.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back, baseball fans, especially the high school baseball fans here in South Florida.
where the Cougars have come to visit the Mater Academy Lions at Westland Gardens Park. And we have a pitching change. Coming in for Sebastian Perez is the junior right-hander Lucas Fernandez. And Fernandez is the brother of the starting pitcher that started almost 3 hours ago, Zachary Fernandez. He only lasted a couple innings, and here comes little bro. Clean things up. The first one goes off of the catcher, and he didn't make a good stop. Noguera's going to score. Spanda's going to go over to third base. Yolekis is going to go to second. I'm sorry. It's going to be 9-3 now in favor of the Lions. That are going to probably hold on and win this one. Arrieta's the batter. He's been hit by a pitch. Flied out, got a base hit. He's coming in from the left side. And there's a ball low. Bottom of the sixth. And there's a hard hit ball with the infield in. That's going to score number 10. And here comes Yodelkis to score number 11. And Arrieta again. Mr. Clutch. 2 more RBIs. Alfred Rosario steps in an 11-3 ball game. He's swinging. And why not? You're up by 8. Just 3 outs away from evening their season record at 6-6. The Cougars will probably drop to 5-6 as Rosario fouls that one off. This is your Mater Lions. There's one that's inside, almost gets a piece of Rosario. Pops out of Builes' glove, but not far enough. He said it before the season. One of his goals was to lead the county and the state. There's one that's hit right back up the middle. A diving play there, gets through everybody, and that's going to be another base hit. 3 hits tonight for the Dade County strikeout king. Fernandez gets his sign from David Builes, who's put together an excellent defensive game back there. Fernandez takes a peek at Arrieta, and he kicks and deals and swung on it. Missed. Fernandez really hasn't gotten going yet this season, but when he does, it's going to be fun to watch. That'll bring up Heury La Rosa. Starts him off with a strike. There's only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Home team has put up 4 already. 11-1. 11-3, I'm sorry. And that one's grounded right back to Fernandez. A swinging bunt. He picks it up, fires over. No, he's going to have to eat it. He goes to third, and he picks off Arrieta. And they're going to get him at home plate. The Lions send up their 9th batter of the inning. They scored 4 runs. There's 2 outs. There's runners on first and second. Fernandez deals. Another great stop by Builes behind the plate. Cannot say enough about that young man. He's a senior. Here's the pitch from Fernandez, and it's just outside. The count's going to go 3-0. This game is starting to get a little long here. Either way, we have 3 more outs after this inning. There's a ground ball, and it's tapped back to Lucas. He's going to take it, underhand it to Pops for the 3rd out. We're going to head to the top of the 7th inning with your score 11-3 in favor of the home team, the Mater Academy Lions. And you're watching FSPN, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Welcome back, folks, to Westland Gardens Park for a game between the Killian Cougars, the visiting team, and they're taking on the Mater Academy Lions, and we're in the top of the 7th inning in an 11-3 game in favor of the Lions, led by their head coach, Humberto Bencomo. The pitcher is Gabriel Grandillo, and Gabriel came in the 4th inning to relieve Gerald Barcelo, the starter. And this is his 4th inning of work. He pitched the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and now he's 3 outs away from a victory.
and a well-earned. He has 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, only giving up 1 hit. And there's a pop fly to La Rosa. He's going to get that one easily. So big first out there. That ball was thrown on the other side of him, and he was able to come up with it. And he's standing in there to face the hard-throwing sophomore. That's right, the sophomore who took care of an Indian River commit in the previous inning, struck him out. So a lot of good things for the future here in this kid. There's a called strike. That's a one I want to go home early strike from the umpire. Early nothing. I mean, we've been here exactly 3 hours. This game started at 6:30. And there's one that looked around the same spot, but that one's a ball. So he doesn't want to go home that early. Uncle Muggs was able to throw out the first pitch today, and that was really exciting for me. Here's the 1-1, and there's a strike. Home here in Matter Academy with Humberto and Coach Tito and Fahim. There's a swing and a miss and a strike 3. Boy, I tell you what, that slider is wicked. And now there's 2 outs. So big shout out to Coach Humberto, Coach Tito Rodriguez, Coach Fahim, Ricky Rojas, Athletic Director Butch Carnicero, and of course, none of this would be possible without the support and that we have from Principal Tamargo. I can't say enough about him. He's a baseball guy, head coach of Miami Springs. I mean, he could probably walk into any high school in Dade County and get a position as a head coach. That's how much of a baseball guy he is. In the meantime, we got a pitcher out here that's pounding the strike zone, and Gabriel Grandillo. Struck out a committed player in Jonathan Acosta, Kendry Blanco. That one's in the dirt, and he walks him. Well, every time I talk good about a player, I start jinxing him. Nunez steps up to the plate, and he's 1 for 3 today. He has a base hit, struck out, and he grounded back to the pitcher. He's the third baseman for these Killian Cougars. And with the runner on and 2 out in the top of the 7th inning, there's a strike. They're going to improve to 6-6. We're going to see at Cohia. There's a pop fly. Noguera's under it. So is Esponda. And it's just going to fall in front of everybody. The DH will have Cueto instead of Naranjo. Jay Cueto's a left-handed hitter. He's a transfer from Belém. Let's take a look at. He's got a cousin named Jake. Plays center field for the Belém Wolverines, and with 2 outs, they're going to give him a chance here to swing the bat. And there's a nice tailing fastball that had some movement on the right side. Let's get in tight so you can see that ball move. Get a better look at Gene Michael. One of my favorite guys on the team is Gene Michael. He's got a great personality. Takes a good cut there. So quickly, 2 strikes to the lefty. Let's give him some air time there. He can hit. He's got some pop. I wouldn't be surprised if he puts one in play here. Oh and 2, 2 outs, top of the 7th. And he's not giving up, man. He's still swinging. I want to thank Florida State Tentless Termite Treatments. Been around for 25 years doing good things at people's houses, avoiding all the mess and all the hassles of carping your house. There's one inside. Easy take from a Lions win. And I'm not going to roar or do anything crazy like that, but here's Gabriel's pitch. It's a line drive to first base. Yeah, what a catch by Brian Fernandez. Oh, no, that got through him. I can't see with these windows, but I told you Gene Michael can hit. Told you he was good. RBI there. They're not going down without a scratch, these Cougars. 11-4 now. Popowski scores on that one. Runner on third. So things are getting a little complicated here. With 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Now the score is 11-4, but still a nice gap. Good to see G. Michael get a hit, especially off the bench, man. Top of the 7th inning, you've been sitting down for 3 hours, and you talk about being ready. Coach calls your name, you got to be ready. I mean, you got a couple minutes to just, not even that. You have maybe a 45 seconds to get ready, swing the bat, get your mind into it. Here's a pitch from Gabriel. It's outside to the left-handed hitting John Chensi. Nunez is on third base. John Michael's on first. Chensi coming in to bat for Scantlebury. And that's a 4-pitch walk. That's going to be runners, our bases loaded now. Boy, okay, man, I got to stop talking early because this is, I'm starting to jinx everybody. And now we got a mound visit from Tito. I think he's going to leave him in there, so we're going to keep it here. Actually, let's talk about the tentless guys because, I mean, these are good people, and they do excellent work, and they're going to save you a bunch of headaches in tenting in your house and having to put that tarp and everything, and they're going to protect your home where these termites live. And in summertime, termites are all over the place. I mean, we're in Florida. You can't escape them. So you don't have to leave your home, and everything is safe. I mean, the solutions that they use, they're pet-friendly, eco-friendly. They're safe for your family. They target the termites. Call our guys over there at 305-669-9292 or visit their website at woodtermite.com. So thanks a lot for sponsoring the show. And if you want to sponsor, we have an opportunity. And I don't want to fill this thing up with commercials. I don't want to turn into Channel 7 or anything like that. Your batter's Jaden Heron. The bases are loaded. G. Michael's on second. John Chensi's on first. Kevin Nunez is on third base, and your pitcher is still Gabriel Grandillo. Nice slider. Nice, tight, late-breaking slider. He was able to get an overthrow from Castillo and avoided a runner from coming home. And here's the pitch and that one slapped into left field, and it's going to fall in front of the runner. One of them is going to score. Now it's 11-5. Now it's becoming interesting here. And I'm not going to the Velitas yet. I swear I'm not going to open the drawer. They're there. They're in the Velita drawer. So Heron slaps one into left field. It's going to bring up David Builes, and on deck is Henry Blanco. And after 2 quick outs, I was saying thank you and goodbye to everybody. I thanked Tamargo, and I'm thanking Butch, and I'm thanking everybody, thinking that we're going to wrap it up. Next thing you know, the Cougars put 2 up on the board, and now we have an 11-5 ball game in the top of the 7th inning. And the pitcher that's been out there for a little bit kind of lo engañó. He fooled us. I mean, 2 quick outs, and you're thinking, all right, lo vamos para la casa. There's another tight slider. I hope you saw the break in that one, folks, because it's nice to watch when he flings it in there. It's not a floppy one whatsoever. So the last batter, Builes, the count goes 1-1. His base is full of Cougars. There's a foul ball. Now we're 1 strike away. I have a red-hot coach, and there's one slapped in the right field. That's going to be caught by Esponda, and that's the ball game. Remember to watch tomorrow. We're going to shake them up. I threw out the first pitch in this memorable game that I'll never forget. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram. Like us. Give us all the thumbs up. And I want to thank everybody again that I thanked before. Tamargo, Butch, Tito, Fahim, Umberto, Chris Leon, Abel Alonso, Eric Martinez, the umpires. Shout out to my boy Gene Michael. Good job, kid. We'll see you Monday versus Kohia at FIU. This is Uncle Mug saying so long. And thanks for watching FSPN, folks. I love baseball. Go Lions.